All right, good evening, students. Okay, if this is the first time you're going to be registering with me, there's going to be some forms that we're going to be going through. I'm going to be talking to you about it. This is going to be a longer video than I normally do, but I really don't want to type all of this out. So let's go ahead and get started. Share my screen with you guys if I'm not already, which I think I am. Okay, every one of you guys should have, if you're not a nursing major, then I should not be your advisor. So let's go ahead and get that fixed. If you're a nursing major, if this is if this is going to be your first time meeting with me, you should have one of these things printed out and in your folder so that when we meet, you have it available to you. And all these classes, we got an A in composition, A in algebra, all these things should be filled in with the letter grades that you got so that we know what you have and what's left over for you to get taken care of before we start you at the School of Nursing. So that's the first form we're talking about, is this one right here. And this is the Cumberland University School of Nursing Program of Study. This is what gets you from semester 1 to semester either 8, 9, or 10, depending where you're at, to get your Bachelor of Science degree in nursing. So that should be printed out. You should have your grades written in here for all the classes that you've taken. So that's number 1. Number 2, let's see, I think you're seeing this. Yes, you are. If you are Tennessee Promise, you should also have one of these, okay? If you came in under the 16-17 calendar, you should be finishing up with Tennessee Promise right about now. And instead of computer applications, you have a foreign language. But for all my other students, you don't have the foreign language requirement. You should also have one of these printed out and figure out which way you're going to be going, whether it's going to be an AA or an AS. It doesn't bother me either way. I really don't care. That's up to you. Also out here, you should have when you've taken these courses so we know what's left. That way, when you meet with me, we know what is going to be left for you to do. So make sure you have that printed out and in your folder, ready to rock and roll with your grades written on it so that we know what's left. Because sometimes for my Tennessee Promise students, you guys have to take a class or two that the non-Tennessee Promise students don't have to take. One of those is the chemistry lab. My Tennessee Promise students have to take that. So, all right, that takes care of those 2 forms. Printed out, ready to go. Next thing, graduation evaluation request. Unless you are finishing with your Associate of Arts degree in May, then you'll be doing an intent to graduate. Everybody does a GER. What that does is it has registrar look at your transcripts and figure out what classes you have left to go to finish your Associate of Arts or Associate of Science degree. Now, I get a copy of that. You get a copy of that. I don't keep that copy. I have too many of you guys. You keep that copy. That way, the next time we meet, we know what's left. And that way, there's no surprises as you're applying to graduate and then you find out that you didn't take Basket Weaving 103 and you were supposed to take Basket Weaving 103. So that's why we do this, to make sure that you have the classes you need to make sure you graduate. So everybody does one of these things. You sign it, you take it to the registrar's office, you drop it off, and when they get to it, because there's a lot of these, they will send it back to you with a list of all the courses that you need to get your AA or AS. So everybody does one of these unless you're graduating with your Associate of Arts degree in May. If you are, you're going to do the intent to graduate, okay? Your degree is going to be AA. It's actually not on here, but the new ones are on there. It's going to be Associate of Arts, Associate of Science. You fill all this stuff up and take that to the registrar's office. I don't need to see that. I just need to know that you did it. Now, shrink that down. Go to the web page. If you go to, share my screen with you. Cumberland.edu student resources. You see, make sure my share screen is right. Yes, it is. Associate to bachelor's degree transition application. If you are switching from an associate's degree, you're completing your associate's, starting your bachelor's, you need to fill one of these out as well if you're doing that in May. All right. Intent to graduate associates is right there. You need to do that one. All right. As of right now, the book, the catalog, or the Cumberland Register for spring 2018 is not out yet. Once it gets out, that's when I'll go ahead and start taking well, actually, I'm going to go ahead and start taking appointments here soon. I will, on this email, there will be a link to a Google Doc. You'll fill out an appointment time, and we'll meet. When we meet, I expect you to know what classes you're going to take. So hopefully that register will be out. All right. If you're starting nursing school in the spring, you're done with me. You won't be registering with me. You'll be registering as a group. So we're not going to worry about that. So hopefully that's everything. I'm going to keep this video as short as I can. Go ahead and move on, and I'll get that out to you. And this is email number 1 for spring registration. Email number 2 will be coming out soon. So if you have any questions, you can contact me.